And Sawyer will join the winner of this heat, Sally Fitzgibbons versus Leilani McGonagle. A classic here. Sally, the vet, multiple-time runner-up in the world. So we want to say a big happy birthday to Sally's mom, and I'm sure she's happy to have a 3 a.m. alarm go off so she doesn't miss this heat. Hope everyone's doing well.
When it comes to heat strategy, as we watch Leilani on this one, Mitch.
Yeah, and a decent opening ride, too, a 4.67 here for Leilani, and going to her forehand, her strength, no doubt.
She's been doing that for Sally's entire career. Rosie, Sally already got a start.
Yeah, Sally wanted to turn the screws early. Kind of medium-sized wave here, but she looks super engaged in what it's offering up on this right-hander.
Big, powerful backhand. Probably watching this right now. Leilani getting started quick, rip into the pocket there. It's got a lot of spring off that surfboard. Stays connected through that 1 foot section. Still some speed to go off the top again.
I mean, stuff with her back, and then she had the burst eardrum that she surfed through with Fiji all the way to the final. So this woman is way tougher than we even know.
As we see a car for Fitz there, she now sets up the redirect, punches out it on the forehand as well. So smaller wave, just throwing down a little backup for the 5-3.
With both waves.
Let's watch this from Sally, because I feel like these maneuvers, technically, the bottom turn, top turn combination, a lot more technically sound and more of a rounded off maneuver, and saying that
that's the 4.0, I believe.
Costa Rica's Leilani McGonagle setting up her forehand. Quick speed check there, more off the lip on the second turn. Nice third wrap, and she loves this little inside section and just chips away at it. It's kind of fun, that end section. It still has a nice little vertical face to it, even though you're losing size dramatically.
Little extra English on it, huh?
I like it. Then to Leilani, Mitch.
Yeah, and a 4-point ride here, so was eventually in first place, but then Sally right back into it with a couple of decent scores.
What an opportunity they have in front of them to make a final at the U.S. Open. 10,000 points on the line towards qualification. Little pop-up peak towards the pier. This has been a fun one for Sal all event. Connects well, smooth transition, throws some water on the second effort, and kicks out. One of her highlighted marks the other day was a big two-turn combo on her backhand as well, Rosie.
Manufactured little emphasis that she brings when she's, watch this, hits that turn, slides the tail, then kind of whips the hair. Yeah. Really engaging the rail and drifting the fins.
Nice left, setting up for Leilani with priority. Goes down a couple of turns. Didn't have a whole lot to work with. I'm feeling that'll be a throwaway for the Costa Rican.
One right after the other, and the score reflected that, Joe.
6.5 for Sally, her best so far, back in the lead. So we've had a couple of lead changes already, and Sally back to business. Straight into the pocket with a nice wrapping turn. See how full this wave gets. She's got to get out of there. And Leilani caught off guard by this set. She's going to have to duck through. While she was full-time, and obviously in the top three majority of those seasons, she was always able to show up. And even if she was battling injuries, like Rosie said, she sometimes wouldn't tell us about them. Sometimes it was obvious, from the burst eardrum at Fiji. As we see a fun-looking wave pop up. Leilani in position, picks up that board to the lip line, second turn, jams it. So a short space there, but got there in time for the finish. And she paddles back out. She was actually diagnosed with scoliosis when she was about 11 years of age. Really made her feel connected to her body as we look at this last wave, Rosie.
Yeah, got super vertical and had to do a second turn in quick succession. And even as she was taking off there, you could tell that her feet position. Let's see, she's kind of looking at this one. Some of these waves have gone a little bit out to sea on this further peak as she let Sally go with priority.
Fitzgibbons' first turn off the top, belts it again. Great energy, great speed. All three, now four similar types of turns, but using the wave well and the lip line, she shuts it down. Well done for Sal.
Like you mentioned, Joe, maybe a little bit repetitive. We'll have another look at it, and this slow-mo really breaks it down. So a lot of spray, and even as that spray is falling, she's already getting herself ready for that next maneuver. Look how tight she stays to the whitewater on this wave in order to create a more critical section, because this wave does shoulder off quite quickly.
If she sees a big ramp, but glassy conditions and nice wave height for Leilani as she throws down her first turn on the open face. Great speed into the pier. She'll throw another highline wrap. Goes the distance into a closeout and shuts it down. Frames up that snap quite well. Brent Power likes it.
And variation, too, which has been really hard to present on the smaller waves. But as you mentioned, Joe, a taller wave, a bigger wave here for Leilani. More of a setup hook. But look at that. She slides the fins and the tail all the way around and makes it to this last section with enough speed to go through the lip line as well. A lot of commitment right there. But the setup turn really preparing the rest of the wave, Rosie.
Yeah, it was a beautiful canvas. I mean, quality-wise, this wave had everything. And Leilani did so well to hold her composure and keep her best surfing for this set wave.
Special ride there from Leilani. Next wave for Sal. Nice snap, and she will go down. A rare fall for Fitzgibbons.
That wave of Leilani's is going to be the best of the heat. So for Sally not to capitalize on that last wave.
The Leilani camp feeling about that wave.
So we've got Aussies in amongst Leilani's camp here. We have team manager for Channel Islands, Brent Power, down here, and amongst some of the mothers. That companionship with the Australian of Sally Fitz, but Leilani just teeing off in live action as I'm watching this now. There's a weird, nervous feeling down here. Great points. Obviously, we know what's on the stake for Sally, but Leilani, a great result as well, and a keeper.
And Fitzgibbons, the veteran, spent 10 years in the top 5, 7 years in the top 3, 3-time runner-up in the world. As we look at a fun left for the Costa Rican. A couple of nice slashing cutbacks for McGonagle. And now a small end section tap incomplete.
Just feels like this wave a bit too small for my liking, Rosie. Still couldn't have surfed it any better than this.
Yeah, she absolutely ripped in it. Almost looking similar to the wave of Sally's, but then didn't get that same end section. Yeah, that was just a bummer that kind of tapered off and ran away without it.
She's so into her sports as well. Walking down this morning to prepare for finals day. She's talking to AJ just about soccer games that she's been watching, and as she sees an opportunity on the right with priority, big wedge setting up, throws down a snap, and the wave just kind of splits on her.
Well, Leilani needs to hustle back right now with a minute 40 as well, so that's not going to improve anything for Fitzgibbons.
Her best result of the season as she paddles into this one, looking to make the final, choosing her backhand. Sets up her first turn, nice snap to start. Throws some water on the second effort, and there's a solid finishing move, a 3-tune combo, as everyone on the beach says, pura vida.
This is the wave of Leilani right here. Deep bottom turn into the lip line, more of a setup turn right there. And then luckily for her, this wave at the end stood up. This is going to be a close decision here at the end. Made things interesting, McGonagle, at the end.
So Sally taking the right, didn't improve, just had a one maneuver section, gave priority to McGonagle. So Sal's going to probably try to really perform on this left just in case she needs it. Wrapping turn, solid. Has to kind of force it on the open face. Jamming it harder off the lip this time. Chips it, and she is going to dry dock this wave. What a semifinal. Looking for a 6-2, Leilani on the last wave, and you see the numbers are now in. Not enough. A 5.8, but what an effort for the Costa Rican. Finishing with a semifinal here at the Wallex US Open of Surfing, presented by Pacifico. It will be Sally Fitzgibbons taking on Sawyer Lindblad in the final.